Hello, everyone. I'm Nick Bradley.
And I'm Dave Bales. Welcome back to Not the Situation Room. It's
It's
been what, 2 months now?
been too long.
Yeah, we needed the vacation, but we didn't end up taking when we worked through
Was it
90% of that.
vacation?
Yeah, what's a vacation?
Like, isn't
Good
that always the
day.
case during the holidays for us? Because, cybersecurity takes no vacations.
Apparently neither do we. So hey, but you know what? Keeps us employed, so it's not all bad.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. And
Yeah.
on that, then knock on wood, right? So, on today's show, we came across an article from, and don't judge me on this, from Dark Reading.
I'm judging. Always
Yeah.
judging, Wazowski.
It was based on research done by a security company called Resilience, not to be confused with Resilient.
Let me guess, it's on your New Year's resolution.
Yeah, yes. Okay, so let's talk about New Year's resolutions. But you know what, since you're going to do that, let's talk about our own first. So, you know what?
Okay.
I don't usually do them because I think they're a setup for failure. And the last one I did was I decided to go to the gym, and that was over 15 years ago, and I haven't stopped since. So I guess that one I kind of held to.
Kind of
But
stuck that one out.
yeah, it's a way of life now. It's the only way it
Yeah.
works. But what I will say this year, if I have one, is I'm going to try to take more time off to do fun things. How about you?
So I was actually talking about the title of the article, but I'll throw this out there. I actually plan to visit you more often, and that's my resolution. So there you
Oh,
go. I know. It hasn't been that long since we saw each other. I think when I got my kitten, but it's been so far between visits that I hate it. Like I like hanging out
I
and
get
and
it.
doing things. Before that, it was Ottawa, and you know, before that though, it had been like 2 years
Hey,
since we'd seen
we
each
have
other.
been talking about that fun trip to Gatlinburg that we haven't pulled off yet. So let's
Yeah,
keep that
we
one in the
need to
back
pull that
pocket.
off because I'm really wanting to go do that. And April sounds like a great time since it's my fifth anniversary.
Well, there we go.
There you
You
go.
know, the funny part though is where's Space or Evil Mog when you need somebody to reel us back in and say, didn't we have a security topic to talk about, guys?
No.
I mean, I guess we do need to expand our pool of hosts.
And if you're interested in being a guest host on Not the Situation Room, please contact us at notthesituationroom@gmail.com. That's notthesituationroom@gmail.com.
Or if you know us, just reach out to us and say, hey, I'd like to be on the show.
Or
And
that, way easier.
right. I know some people that I'd like to have on here. I know a few actually.
Yeah, I do too. There's a
I
couple that I would say, you know what? Come on, let's
I
go.
might just have to reach out in person.
Yeah.
So on the topic though, Resilience did some research on recommendations for the 2020 or research on recommendations for 2026 from cyber insurers. And some of them are actually pretty good and fall right in category with many of the things that we've been saying over the past year, if not
Ooh,
longer.
ooh, let me guess. Patch your shit.
Okay, pretty close. Much more better patching is always a must, right?
No better patching.
But even more so in this case, isn't just, patch your shit. In this case, it's get rid of shit that can't be patched, right?
Yeah.
Things that are end of life that need to be ripped and replaced, let's do that because those are huge gaping security holes that you can't fix. So, old and outdated equipment that needs to be ripped and replaced, things that have been sunset, end of life, end of support, well, get rid of it. I know it costs a little bit of money, but or maybe a lot of money, but it's going to cost you more if it ends up leading you to a security breach. And you'd think that'd be a no-brainer, but you'd be
You'd
wrong.
think. Yeah, well, and CISA just dropped a whole bunch of stuff from the Kev that's out of date. These vulnerabilities are vulnerabilities from out of support products, and
From
but
a
you know,
galaxy far, far away and a long time ago and all that
oh
stuff.
man, you just keep with that Star Wars theme. I love it. Next on the list, however, MFA.
Mhm.
And we're not talking about SMS because that is the very last line of defense in MSA,
If you have no other
MFA.
choice, then fine, use it. But you really got to use something better than SMS for your MFA.
You really do. Something like biometrics or Google Authenticator or something like that. And since we're talking about authentication, if your company provides it, a password manager and a generator,
Hmm.
use that. Use it to your advantage. Develop these very long passwords that are impossible to crack and put those in your generator and use those across your different platforms. Because regardless of how secure you think your passwords are, they are not. There are
No.
plenty of options out there. Do a little research and change up the way you do your MFA.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, right now, if you're paying attention to the news and the media, we're still hearing about the LastPass breach.
It's been how long?
It's been yeah. But see, the fact that it's taken so long for the bad guys to even be able to take advantage of what they stole, that should be a testament to their use, not a warning,
Yeah.
right? Because if you're practicing good security hygiene and you're using a password manager that's keeping things encrypted, by the time they do finally crack that encrypted data and find your password, you should have changed it by now.
Yeah. You add in there physical keys and passkeys. If you can use a passkey, by all means,
Oh,
that is your first line
yeah,
right there. That's
passkeys,
your choice.
passkeys, passkeys. And
Yes.
I know some people don't get what they are. Just do a little Google search and ask, Google's Gemini, hey, tell me what's a passkey. It'll explain it to you. And where you can use them, use them. They do come in handy and they are way more secure than a password.
100%.
So now, at the risk of sounding like buzzword bingo, I'm going to say it, zero trust.
I got it on my bingo card. Let's
I
go.
know. So, I mean, we all should know this by now that you just cannot count on firewalls and VPNs alone to protect your network anymore. You've got to have defense in depth. You've got to have security in layers. You've got to have everything walled off in your network. And between the targeting and exploitation of vulnerabilities in VPNs and the use of legitimate remote access tools, God, you got to go with a zero trust model. It's just a must.
MDR. But here's the thing.
Well, yeah.
You have
Yeah.
MDR, you actually have to employ it. You can't just sit
What?
and look at all those pretty graphs all day, those charts and graphs and IOCs, etc. They're all useful data that need to be analyzed and made into actionable intelligence. So if you're going to have those things, employ the tools, much like, patching your.
Yep. You get the idea. We get it. Yep.
Yep. Go ahead.
I think we beat that one up enough on this episode.
Ooh, man, we've beat it up in the episode. We've beat it up in our daily lives. It's
Oh yes,
just,
it is a way of life.
it's a mantra.
But I mean, however, back on MDR real quick.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the word managed for
Yeah.
MDR. In managed endpoint detection and response, it's not fire and forget. Just like Dave was saying, you've got to maintain it. You've got to have a good security provider behind it. And if you do, that should bring you a good peace of mind.
Yeah. And that also leads right into the next one and backups. You got to have backups.
Well, everybody backs up, right?
Sure.
I mean, I've got cloud stuff. All my stuff's backed up to, whatever the Microsoft one is, or the Dropbox, or Box, or
Well,
well, okay.
yeah.
I'm being sarcastic because those things are not backups. Those are backups for you as an individual, to make sure your stuff is accessible, your machine crashes, breaks, you replace it or whatever, or you access stuff from multiple machines, your stuff is stored in the cloud. That's not technically a backup. We're talking about immutable backups. Like I said, a lot of people these days use cloud for their storage and you feel like you've got it all backed up. And like I said, you don't. If you can access it from your machine, so can the bad guy if they've compromised you. We're
Yeah.
talking about enterprise level immutable backups here that can be used to restore from a catastrophic situation.
Yeah, and that's a good point. As they talked about in the research, the point of those immutable backups is they are write once, use many. As in, you can't alter it, you can't delete it, and you can't encrypt it once it's written. It's a true read-only backup.
Right, because we see a lot of times now where with ransomware, the bad guys they're all about not just getting, your daily use. They're wanting to hit your backups too, so you can't restore.
Yeah.
But so on that, yeah, true immutable backups are what you need to use and know how to use them. And we'll get to that. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but maybe I'm getting ahead of myself because that's where I'm going right now. Know how to use them. The last recommendation I have is know how to use what you have.
Yeah.
Security tools are
Huge.
no good to any of us if we don't use them. Password managers, multi-factor authentication, pass keys, physical keys, all of the things that your companies are providing for you to use as security. We all know it can be frustrating sometimes, and jumping through a few extra hoops is annoying when you're trying to get work done, but it is far less inconvenient than getting compromised.
You can say that again.
It is far less inconvenient than getting compromised.
I teed it up and oh God. You know what though? Let's wrap this up because if I don't, then you're gonna get worse.
Yeah,
It's just gonna get bad.
you walked me right into that.
I did. It's a watermelon and you're hitting it with a golf club.
Oh, easily. It's got me Gallagher this thing.
Yeah. Oh, and on that note, thank you for watching.
Yep. So like, follow, share, subscribe, leave us a comment, and
We'll see you next time.